Fellas, we got some things to say about Festival of the Lost. Don't worry. If you're here for a rant, well, you're gonna kind of get one, okay? I got some things to say about this event. But first, let's get through the guide portion. In order to do this event and get started, you need to load up to the tower, go see Eva Levante. She will then give you a quest where she's welcoming you, and upon interacting with her, you'll now have an option to choose one of the Masquerader masks. Now, all of these are the same. They just have different elemental affinities. You choose whichever one you want. Afterwards, you can go ahead and pick up the weekly and daily bounties, and you'll see everything that she's offering, from the exotic sparrow, the exotic ghost, the exotic ship, other Masquerader masks, as well as the ornament mask above. Now, these masks, like the Varix mask, the Anabray mask, those are not physical masks. Those are ornaments. A lot of people are coming into the comment section of the stream and saying that they could not find the mask they purchased. You actually have to go to your modifications, unlock the ornament like you would for any other ornament, and then you'll be able to slot this ornament over your mask or whatever else. Now, the second thing you're going to want to do is head to Thieves Landing and see Spider. Now, Spider wants us to complete a strike, gambit match, or crucible match while wearing a mask to find a Cipher Decoder. Now, Cipher Decoder is essentially what's needed to obtain the Braytech auto rifle or the Horror Story auto rifle, both of which are 450 round per minute autos. And yes, they are reissued weapons from the past. Trust me, I got a lot of things to say about this entire event, but you need a Cipher Decoder, and this is the easiest way to get one. Get this before ever going into the Haunted Forest. So go play a Crucible game or a Gambit match or Strike or whatever. You'll obtain a Cipher Decoder, and now it's time to go into the Haunted Forest. Now, before you actually go into the Haunted Forest, make sure in your mask you have one of these armor mods equipped. They greatly benefit you, doing things like precision kills, granting yourself grenade and melee energy, increasing your damage against terrorists, increasing drop chances for heavy ammo. You even get things like significant damage resistance while airborne. You have to wear this mask anyway, so just make sure you have one of these mods equipped. Unfortunately, the mask is 750 power, and it requires 500 candy when infusing this mask, which is, yeah, what the hell? Why not just regular infusion? 500 candy? Come on, Bungie. Upon doing all that though, enter the Haunted Forest, and the goal of the Haunted Forest now is essentially to run through as many branches as you possibly can. As you can tell, the Haunted Forest has got like a spookier vibe to it, but you want to just essentially run through here, and any doorway that has a white gate, don't really spend too much time here killing ats. Just kind of run past them, kill a few that are in front of you, but you want to keep a lookout for those yellow bar enemies, and you normally have them in the same area that's normally gated off by a red gate instead of a white gate. They're your daemons. You kill them to actually progress things in that branch clear, and upon reaching 100% for that particular branch clear, you'll be teleported to a boss room. Bosses are normally pretty easy depending on your loadout. We had a couple xenophages. I was rocking a sword. Most of the bosses, especially like branch 7 and down, are pretty easy to kill, especially with the right weapons. Now, you have 15 minutes to get through these branches, and the more branches you get, the more loot you get in terms of candy as well as chocolate coins. This was us after clearing 9 branches. You'll see all the loot just poured out there, but you'll notice at the end here, you'll have 5 Cipher chests. Now, these chests, of course, require Cipher Decoders to actually open, and these are the chests that will actually give you the new upgraded Braytech auto rifle as well as the Horror Story. Now, I turned in my Cipher Decoder, and this was my first Cipher Decoder, and all I got was some garbage legendary armor pieces, which is not even upgraded power, by the way. Yes, it's stuck at 750. Again, this is about as copy and paste as you can get to last year's Festival of the Lost. So no, you don't actually have a guaranteed chance to get the Braytech and Horror Story auto rifle when you turn in one of these Cipher Decoders. You just have a chance. RNG still has to be on your side. Now, upon finishing this first run, you need to return back to Eva Levante. She'll give you some chocolate coins for your completion, and then that's it. Now, we get into the real grind of this event. How do we get Cipher Decoders? This is what we were trying to do all afternoon. We were trying to find an effective way to farm for Cipher Decoders. It actually says on the loot page here that Cipher Decoders can be acquired via random roll drops as well as activity completions outside of the Haunted Forest. So essentially, just playing the game should give you some Cipher Decoders. Now, the drop chances, from what Cosmo said on Twitter, was the equivalent of Umbral Ingrams. I found that to not be the case. We did 4 Crucible games, a Gambit Prime match, a Strike, 3 story missions, 3 public events, 2 contact events, as well as just a bunch of other things that should have warranted a Cipher drop from the Royal Loot Pool. After 3 hours, or 3.5 hours, we got 2 Cipher Decoders. Actually, I got 2 Cipher Decoders. Bombad got 2. Light Razor actually got none. He got no Cipher Decoders all afternoon. I really think something is bugged with the drop rates here, because the way Cosmo was talking about it, if it's supposed to be similar to Umber Ingram's, I should be sitting at about 6, 7, maybe even 8 Cipher Decoders. And you see, you want to get as many Cipher Decoders as you can right now, so that every time you do run through the Haunted Forest, considering you have 5 chests, you'll be able to turn in 5 Cipher Decoders and have 5 chances of obtaining one of these auto rifles. And again, it's still RNG. You're not going to get an auto rifle out of the 3 Cipher Decoders that I turned in today. I got 1 Harsh Story, which is not even close to a God roll. So it's like more RNG on more RNG in regards to Cipher Decoders and how hard it is to get it, as well as just turning them in for a chance of getting a very poorly rolled auto rifle. I very much dislike this. Now, as far as how to farm for Cipher Decoders, I tried everything, guys. We did the story missions. People on Reddit were saying that was the best for them. We got no drops from there. We did Menagerie, which I did get 1 drop of. I think that's where I got the 2nd drop. I got 1 from a strike and another 1 from Menagerie. But we also had a number of people in chat saying they were on their 4th and 5th Menagerie run with no drops. Some people were saying they was dropping from Reckoning. Here's the thing. It's completely random. That's just the thing. Cipher Decoders, completely random and stingy as hell. You're not going to suddenly walk away this afternoon with 25 Cipher Decoders. I know Bungie made it out like Cipher Decoders were just going to be raining on us, because they were like, whoa, be careful. You can only hold up to 25 Cipher Decoders. They don't stack any more than that. So I'm over here like, oh, okay. We're going to have Cipher Decoders raining on us. We can go after this reissued auto rifle yet again, but okay. But then the drop chances are stingy as hell. So you got to pray to get Cipher Decoders, and then you got to pray to even get an auto rifle to drop. Oh, and then you got to pray to RNG gods that whatever the auto rifle it is that drops for you might have a decent roll. Do you see where I'm coming from, fellas? This is like RNG to the power of 1,000. It's not ideal. On top of that, the weapons that we're going after here are 450 round per minute auto rifles. And even though we are going to individually review them this week, I may just condense them into one review. They're still 450s. Right now, 600s are meta. I mean, they're meta in PvE and in PvP. I love my PvE rolls of Gnawing Hunger. So these weapons are a hard sell. And again, they're reissued weapons. They are reissued weapons. And again, reissued of a reissued weapon. These weapons, the Braytech auto rifle specifically, was just reissued with a new paint job. Now it's just a reissue of a reissue. What the hell is going on here? And considering we're supposed to be getting like a 110 round per minute hand cannon buff, this would have been a perfect opportunity for Bungie to be like, hey, so you heard about 110s getting a buff? Well, here's a new one. Get it this Halloween event and you'll be ready for the next expansion. No, instead, we get some mediocre auto rifles presented to us that we've already had presented before. Overall, guys, nothing much has changed about this event. You can turn in candy and chocolate coins for like the bags there at Evelevante. You don't get much. I got some enhancement cores and some blues. Let me tell you, just raining with loot. The way I would treat this event is continue doing whatever it is you're doing in Destiny. When you acquire somewhere around 5 Cipher Decoders, that's when I would probably do a haunted run. That way you can get as much loot as you can there toward the end. The coins themselves though, as well as the candies, outside of getting the exotics, do drop pretty frequently from Haunted Forest. I'm just kind of bummed out that the Cipher Decoders themselves don't drop from the Haunted Forest, or it's not tied to it, right? Like you just do this one activity that's the festival related activity all in one, inclusive, allowing you to get all the materials right there in this one activity. Either way it goes, we will be re-reviewing the auto rifles as they do have random rolls. Maybe something slipped through the crack. Maybe there is something meta about them. Maybe they're nasty. Maybe 450 round per minute auto rifles are going to get a buff. You know, that's something I'm not going to overlook. Maybe that's what Bungie's trying to say. Hey, we're going to have a Uriel's Gift meta yet again. Get ready. But I haven't heard a peep out of that Sandbox change. But we'll see. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.